Hey there, card folk. Speed Robo here, and today I'm joined by legendary Legacies Allure streamer Moonfassa. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, thanks for the intro, Robo. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I am enjoying myself on this warm October day, and it looks like our two players are here to enjoy a game of Blitz. We've got Ataridan on blue and old time series favorite, There Is No Try on red. Atari Dan has been in the community for quite a bit. He's been around, he's an experienced player, known for his wackier builds, and There Is No Try has also been playing this game for quite some time and has incredibly solid fundamentals. I'm interested to see who will come out on top today.
Wackier builds, you say? This man doesn't lie. We've got a million dragon hatchlings over on Atari Dan's side. Very exciting to see how that's gonna pan out.
I actually really like Atari Dan's battle plan. He's got an incredibly powerful Argog that's taking a tank status to deal a ton of physical damage and take a bunch of hits. Genuinely a good plan and a great complement to Dragon Hatchling, who is a fast, magic damage based charger and flanker.
Yeah, we've got unusual items that you don't usually see on heroes, such as Vitality Charm 3, paired with a lot of healing with Felguard's Battle Suit and Inner Vitality 3. That Vitality Charm 3 typically gets outclassed by the Kite Shield, since it's half its gold cost, but the benefit that this health has is you can actually make use of this extra healing, whereas with the Kite Shield you can't do so.
That's correct, and I'm almost certain that that is Atari Dan's plan going into this battle. Run Argog up. Oh, he's even got charging with his Swift Strike. This is a very intimidating build. You got to watch out for that 2-range charge with 4 damage from Argog, and I think the plan is going to be to set up his hero so that he can unleash a powerful Omni Slash. That plan may be disrupted by these two Ursa Majors, though. Boasting the Roar ability, they can push enemy units around the battlefield.
Yeah, another thing I'd be a little bit frightened of is the Blade Echo 3 on Kaladrix. All of Atari Dan's creatures have 3 HP, so that's going to be something real nasty he's got to watch out for.
Agreed. I think that's a bit of a counter to what Atari Dan is braining. But this is one thing that I really like about Blitz. You can brain crazy, wacky lists, and since you don't know what your opponent is braining, and with only 80 gold it's hard to, like, tech against it, your wackier stuff is going to be way more viable than it is in draft, and I think that's incredibly fun.
Yeah, and we see that There Is No Try drafted the Camouflage in anticipation of running into archers, but it sadly is not going to pan out for this match. That is just a wasted 2 gold.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what happens in Blitz.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one cool thing about going with, like, a very straightforward strategy in Blitz. None of your gold is going to be wasted. And this is one of those things I just love about Blitz, and this is why I call Blitz like the almost like TCG format, you know? Because you can bring a little bit of everything to prepare for anything, but if your opponent doesn't bring that thing that you've prepared for, that's kind of gold wasted. Whereas if you just go for, like, a single-minded, super straightforward, aggressive strategy like Atari Dan is doing, all 80 of his gold is going to get used this game, guaranteed.
Yeah, accurate analysis. There's definitely some, a little bit of randomness in that element where you don't know who you're facing.
Yep.
Limited options as well.
And I think that
Um,
that definitely adds to the casual play fun of this format. And that's why Blitz is my favorite format to just crack one open with the boys.
yeah, it's real easy to just jump right into it. You don't have to think too hard about drafting because you know that you're drafting every single card.
Yep.
Both players probably have an idea of how they want their setup to look like already.
So as you can see, normally in our draft duels, especially when we've got a talented player like Empire around, by this point in the draft, we would have already seen 10 minutes pass, you know, and we haven't even seen one off the clock of Ataridan.
Yeah, there's definitely some strategies and thoughts to be had normally in Blitz drafts, but when your opponent just has all these dragon hatchlings, there's not much you can plan around there.
Yep, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, this Taunting Satyr's not gonna do anything this game.
Why so scared, little satyr?
It's probably
there's nothing to
he doesn't want to
fear.
get barfed on by a dragon. Wow, this is wild. This is gonna be a fun one.
Thereisnotry really struggling to find safe spaces for all of his creatures. 16-unit army. It's only so many spaces these frail creatures can go.
Absolutely. And now we're gonna get into it. Beginning the battle phase with Ataridan on the attack.
Ooh, so these bears are gonna be trouble.
For sure. I think
that a lot of trouble.
Big thing that Ataridan needs to focus on is taking these Ursas down a peg. You know.
We do have 2 healers, which is gonna be real nasty, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I mean 4 if you count the wisps.
Yeah, true. That's a lot of healing.
Yeah, there's a lot of healing to go down here. I was just going to say target the majors, but I think trying to handle Kaladrix is also not a bad plan, because he can kind of wipe out all of your hatchlings in one go.
Keeping him stuck here, hopefully, for a little bit, so that he can't push up with a Deepwood Sentinel. I wouldn't mind also trying to take out the small creatures. I think he tapped the wrong creature there. I think he meant to tap the archer.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's alright, we got it figured out.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was like, that's not what Hunter does. Okay, and now we're dealing damage to the Ursa Major. I think that's pretty good.
There's a big issue with this. You're now grouping the hatchlings up, making a real juicy trade for Kaladrix here.
Yes, but I kind of want my opponent's Kaladrix to run up at this point. I kind of want that to happen. Yeah. Oh, Gladehawk? That's a really smart use of the Gladehawk. Because it's not going to have anything against Argog. It's generally not going to help. Using the Archer and then the Gladehawk to take out a hatchling, very much worth it. Good play. Good play all around.
Yeah, I suppose he was damaged by the Archer there anyways, so fair enough.
I think that's incredibly solid.
We got quite a few extra actions on Thereisnotry side, though Ataridan's going to have to think about that as well. If he puts creatures out of position, Kaladrix can easily just be held until the late end of the round.
Yeah.
And he's got 3 HP left. Very important number, because this means he can safely put Kaladrix anywhere at the end of round. Doesn't have to fear a single dragon hit.
That's true. I don't know if I'm comfortable with how aggressive Ataridan is getting with these hatchlings. I don't feel like they're as disposable as he's playing them right now.
No, I really agree with you there, because these Mystics are just going to be able to heal any relevant damage pings that come down.
Yeah.
Kaladrix is going to be able to clean up these dragon hatchlings.
Well, yeah, Kaladrix can clean these up very confidently. I don't know. I like Ataridan's list. I don't know about this round 1 gameplay, but then again, I've never played all Dragon Hatchling before, so Dan may have a trick up his sleeve that I'm not aware of.
There is one thing to be said about having smaller builds, taller builds, I suppose, where you've got less units than your opponent. To most players, it seems like you have to go all in. You got limited units, you got to throw everything out there, but in my opinion and my experience, I think you actually have to play more defensive
Yeah.
than aggressive when you've got less actions than your opponent.
I
And it can
agree.
work out quite well, depending on the lists. But yeah, defense is often the best strategy when you're down in actions.
I could not agree more. Your analysis is completely accurate as per the usual. And that's
Great thing
another
to point-
hatchling down. Hunter takes it. Oh boy.
He is gonna sacrifice the hunter here, though. I think. I mean, there's like 4 dragons in this hunter's range. I don't know if you're gonna be able to out-heal that one.
I don't think so. Well, here's another important thing. This Ursa Major is kind of blocked off right now. It does not have allied pathing. It can't go through this Hunter, this Gladehawk, or this Sentinel.
Yeah, that's true. There's only limited heals here. Also, it is not entirely over yet. Ataridan has lost a lot of value so far in this game, but if Thereisnotry isn't careful and just loses all of his stats, Argog's gonna be a real big problem at the end game because we don't really have debuffs. We've got Roar, which is something.
Yeah,
But that's about it.
that's actually what I'm looking at as well, if I'm being honest. There's a lot of value being lost on Dan's side, but if that Argog lives, one good Omni Slash, and it's all back. It's all even.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what Dan's looking at, because see how he's putting damage on units so that they're right at that 4 health, 3 health cusp?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he's fishing for.
Yeah, if that Argog can charge in, unfortunately he's only got 2 movement and
I don't know
charging, so he's
about
not gonna
this.
be
See,
able
at
to
this
get
point I
Omni
would have
Slash
used
round
this
2.
Dragon Hatchling to either take out the Gladehawk or probably the Wisp to cut out some healing.
100%. I think that Norfang Hunter is now pretty safe. Actually, very safe. He doesn't even need to heal it if he doesn't want to.
Yeah. You could take the Sentinel though. Hatchling.
Yeah, Sentinel is
But
a free
Then
take.
the problem with that is that you're set up for a perfect Blade Echo with Kaladrix.
Mhm.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and just as I mentioned earlier, we've got some more actions, so that Kaladrix is nearly guaranteed to be the last move here.
Oh, for sure.
We might even be able to clear this entire right side if Thereisnotry sets it up correctly. We've got that Sentinel open. If we just move this bear up in the future and then get that Kaladrix into a position where he can Blade Echo both of those.
Mm-hmm.
So we may just see some of the smaller things pass. Argog's moving in.
There he is. I kind of like it because these Ursas can't really stop this right now.
That is a 9 HP Argog.
Yeah. That's a big deal. Wait, no, it's more than that, isn't it? Because of Felguards.
Well, it doesn't give health, but it does give armor, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, so it's
9 HP with armor.
9 HP with armor. Like,
Big yikes.
yeah, buddy.
Chunky cave troll.
My gosh, the biggest cave. I'm just that scene from Aladdin. He's got a sword, but it's a cave troll.
I'm just imagining a cave troll with Argog's armor over top. He's pretending.
So that's not Argog. That's a cave troll in cosplay. I actually really like
thinking
this
about
cave
this a little
troll.
bit.
You know how there's like that build called Heavy Knight Aurelia?
Feeling some pressure here. He's really got to be careful about this Ursa Major. Does not want to move that up and get pinged one more time.
Oh, for sure.
Cannot be one shot by Argog. Another thing he might need to be thinking about is who's going first on the following round. Because Argog's in such an aggressive position, might need to be careful about where this Kaladrix lands.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is that a dead bull elk?
Yes, actually.
I think there was a mistake made here. Oh my god, what is happening? That's... Wait. I don't think that's how that works.
No. Let me go ahead and... Those would be the hexes struck, right?
Yes. I think both of these players have been away from the scene for a while, so no worries. Other hatchling should also still be alive.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Got it figured out. Because it's adjacent to... So how
Where
it
you
works
attack.
is that the Blade Echo deals damage to the hexes adjacent to the hex that Kaladrix attacked from. So not the one that he's currently in, the one that he charged in from, which would be F2 and then deal damage there. But yeah, that's a dead bull elk for sure.
Dead bull elk, and this may be a dead Kaladrix also.
Wisp? No, that's a guaranteed dead Kaladrix.
Yeah, we don't have any protective keywords besides that camouflage on Kaladrix.
Yeah, that's not good. Dragon Hatchling needs to deal it to... No, not Kaladrix. Needs to deal it to Ursa Minor.
Though this does eat up a wisp, so it's not the end of the world.
Well, it doesn't matter
yeah,
if the
I'd rather
Wisp
use
comes
it on
in
the
and
minor.
heals, right? Because Argog has 4 damage.
Well, here you could...
Oh,
take the
good save.
Kaladrix
Good
instead.
save. Deepwood
Okay.
Sentinel swap, yeah.
Fair enough.
That checks out. And then you have Wisp come in, heal, and Kaladrix can't die. Well played,
Yeah,
actually.
fair enough.
Very well
We
played.
are going to take the Ursa Minor instead.
I think that's fine.
Don't mind that. Yeah, would prefer the Kaladrix, but also grouping the hatchlings when you know the Kaladrix is not killable. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's... I don't know about that one. I don't know about that, man.
That's a big yikes. I think first move is going to have to be that Argog taking the minor. Otherwise it's just going to be healed, or it's going to take something.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute,
And
there is no
now
try skipping.
there's no try
There's no try
passing.
wants to go
Yeah.
first.
Oh, we're grouping more. Oh dear.
Yeah, there's no try is
This is a
saying I'm going to take
disaster.
first. You don't get to have my Ursa Minor. That's a good play.
The thing is this Kaladrix still needs to be healed. I don't know if I still agree with the passing. But I guess this saves a wisp.
I kind of like it. It saves a wisp. Or the other thing that you could do is just say, fine, I'm okay with sacrificing my Kaladrix and do like a big, you know, Blade Echo play right here. Like he could take a Hatchling and deal damage to Argog.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go for the heal because Kaladrix is set up in a position where if the Argog leaves, he gets to nom 3 hatchlings for free.
True. Yeah, Deepwood Mystic
He's looking at the
healing-
Blade Echo.
Yeah, Deepwood Mystic healing is probably the way to go.
Oh, is going for your play, I think.
I don't think it's bad.
We are ahead, so we can afford to take whatever plays we feel like, to be honest.
Absolutely. Well, how ahead are we is a good question, because the Bull Elk is dead. Yeah, you're up by 8 gold, actually. Yeah, no, that's understandable.
So he's thinking about it. He really wants to go in.
Yeah, and then he can True Strike. That's pretty good. Takes there, and then that True Strikes through. So that's just a raw 3
Doesn't
damage.
actually take the shields, right?
It doesn't. It does not actually take the shield because of True Strike. I don't feel like going in and correcting them because that's so minor.
Fair.
But that's
yeah,
just
I mean,
for the viewers at home. The shield would not normally be gone. It doesn't really matter in this case. And generally speaking, True Strike going through shield doesn't really matter because shield's just like an extra HP.
It actually does matter here because of Inner Vitality. I would correct them.
Alright.
Because Inner Vitality can heal more HP this way.
Let me go ahead and fix that.
Yeah, because this way, Inner Vitality, it actually is relevant. He gets more healing this way.
You're right. I fixed it.
Did he pop the heal there?
He did not pop the heal.
Zargog not normally at 3 mana. Right, he spent 1 on the...
Oh yeah, he was popping the heal. Yeah, he did. He did.
Right. Does Argog not normally have 3 mana? Or am I...
Argog does normally have 3 mana?
What did he use the other one on? I don't think he used Swift Strike, right?
Charging.
Oh, he charged this round. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He gave himself charging this round, and then took
right.
that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's good. That play makes sense to me.
Yeah, and very relevant that true damage does not take the shield there.
Mm-hmm. You were correct.
Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to matter too much. We've got so many units on Thereisnotry side.
Ataridan trying to figure out if he wants to take the Archer or the Mystic. I think the Archer's good. I may have taken the Mystic. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's kind of rough in this position. You don't want damagers like the Archer. You need some way of taking out this Ursa Major, but there's so much healing, I don't think you can out-heal, so I kind of agree with the Archer, though I think this doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah. I think it's all fine. Dragon Hatchling, I would actually go to A3 and take out the Gladehawk, because then you're out of range of anything that could possibly kill it.
Yeah, another thing... right, another thing to consider is if we were going for the healer there, we could have taken out the other healer then.
Right, and then there would be no healers left. And I think that'd be pretty good. Oh, we're gonna be sacrificing... Yeah, Ataridan's out of actions. So this is gonna be a Fletcher sacrifice, which is completely good, because Fletcher wasn't doing anything anyway. And then sacrifice 2 Gladehawks to get the kill on the Hatchling. And I think that's good.
The other thing about this board position is even if you try to set up a kill on the Major, Thereisnotry can just keep it out of range. Wait until the end game and then use Roar at the last of the round to shove Argog off center.
Taunting Satyr about to be very relevant. It's going to come in next round and just shut down this Argog.
Yeah, unless he moves the Argog first turn, but...
Yeah, I mean, even then... Well, one thing he could do is actually just have Argog come in, slam the Major, but then I think Major just heals out of it, right?
He's only got 2 movement when charging.
Oh, that's true.
It's not a Velocity Greaves Argog.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, it means that the Major can just stay out of range for the rest of the game and save his Roar for the end game, if there's no kill on the Argog, which honestly I don't know if there is.
We're down to some very
next time, small units.
Level down the Vitality Charm by 1 and swap Swift Strike for... Oh no, because if you get rid of the Vitality Charm, you can't use Felguards. Because I was trying to figure out a way to get Velocity Greaves on this, but I don't see it.
I think with the tankier build, it's fine to not have Greaves. You're going for a tankier build in general.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got still a 9 HP Argog to deal with, but he no longer is charging.
The clock is now on the wrong colors, that's fine.
Oh.
They accidentally swapped the colors on the clock. It's okay, it happens.
Oh well.
It's TTS things. The clock is not going to come into play this game.
No, I don't think so. This has been very blitzy.
This is exactly what I like to see in Blitz format. This is just a heckin' good time, man. I'm having a blast.
There's no try thinking about some answers. Though honestly, I think you just send
you just roar this
Ursa
Argog
Major
away and don't deal with it, right?
You can just keep the Ursa one step out of range, pass until round 7,
Yep.
and then there's your win con.
Well, I mean, breaking works. Breaking right now works too.
We're gonna go for a break and try to kill this Argog. There is no try. Wants to go out with some flashy bang here.
Well, let's see. This is Gladehawk 1 damage, Hunter 4 damage, Ursa Major 4 damage. Honestly, you've almost got it.
You're 1 damage shy.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, yeah.
Well, I suppose it doesn't really matter because the Ursa Major can't be killed. He gets a very... Oh, he can't Omni Slash. All of his mana's gone. Maybe
Yeah,
you're right
the
about
mana's
the
been
Greaves. That's got a lot of mana abilities here.
Yeah.
I forget Swift Strike takes mana as well as all of his other abilities.
I'd go for Gladehawk right now. Just put that damage on. Gladehawk's not doing anything else.
He's literally useless and without the break, so
Yeah, exactly. Just get the damage right now. Leave Argog at 2 HP. Ursa Major just takes care of it.
Yeah, I think there is no try. Thinking a little bit too hard about this.
I think yeah.
But totally fair. He wants to win this Blitz Brawl.
This, there's a lot of, as you know, there's a lot of pride on the line when you're being judged by Moonfassa.
Oh yes, indeed. I won't let any players live this down.
I think that's actually a kill with the Major, yeah?
Yep. Should be able to one-shot that. He had 3 HP left, plus the armor. Yep.
And then takes 4 damage from Counter-Strike.
Just barely alive.
Deepwood Mystic. Coming in, get the heal.
Big bear. No fear of that Dragon Hatchling anymore.
No,
See, I actually think
the Dragon Hatchling's out of gas.
Yeah. If the early game had been played a little bit differently, I think Dan had a large chance, honestly.
Yeah, I think
Argog
that
was
if
very
Dan played a little bit more conservative, and I mean, genuinely, the whole problem was that he didn't find a kill on the Major earlier. Like, that was it. That was the whole problem. If he found a way to take out the Major before it came into the mid-game, there would have been nothing that Thereisnotry could have done about the
Thereisnotry had... Yeah, Thereisnotry had, like, very limited debuffs.
Yep.
Which is one of the ways you need to take down this Argog. So if both bears were down, yeah, you could have won that.
Absolutely. And with that, Moonfassa, thank you very much for joining us today, and a round of applause to our 2 excellent players in today's Blitz Brawl.
Thanks for having me, yeah, and hope you all have a good rest of your day, and your day has been brightened by a game of Legacy Allure.